Hello everybody, how good of you to join, welcome back. Right now I am looking at the Yastun Raiders, or the Void Dwellers, that are right next to our system. That's their fleet, 10,000 they have just in this sector here. But they're rather quiet for now, right? Lots of the military strength comes from stations, but their fleet is quite sizable. Also, it looks really intimidating in here. So they basically spammed the whole system with stations. Yeah, going to be really interesting how they are going to react to us. There is no communication we can do with them. By the way, we have opened up a lot of new empires in the last episode, and we can see this now. There's quite a lot of stuff going on, though we don't need to care about most of them, right? We only care about them that are closest to us. The doorway, we have also found more or less the wormhole now, which opens up a new situation for us. And if we look at the grand scheme of things, as we can see, we have a couple of empires now. There's quite a lot in our surrounding area, of course, because we have high density for that. This one is rather unlucky, so that's one close, totally isolated. The one in the center there, the Pious T-Through Order. What is going on is that we don't have to do anything with them. There is no connection whatsoever, right? Up here there might be one in the future once we get rid of these alien vessels, but that's it. We only really care about right now about the Kel Razan or Asan Republic, because we are having a direct border with them, and that's pretty much it. The Yastun Raiders, they don't want to talk with us at all, right? It's those marauders there. We could, I don't know, start espionage. No, we can't spy them. We can't do anything with them, really. So that's that. Now, a new system. Yes, as expected, there is another world that we could settle. There is a binary. No, it's actually 3 stars that we have in this new sector. And as we can see, a lot of rocky walls. So this is also good. There might be some minerals. And just over here, an Arctic world. Arctic world for now I can't settle. It might be good for the future to have robots in here. If I have too many robots then at some point. It's definitely on the list of new planets to settle on. We are still settling now on this one as a new planet there. So the colony ship is already in the system. So it should arrive there now anytime and then start with it. Now when it comes to expansion, what we can see right now is that here it's pretty much the end of it, of our world. Here it's the end of it because we are having the border, so the only way of expanding further is in this system there. We don't know what's lurking over there. I would very much like to find out. We have this system under our control already, which is a choke point right now.
Anomaly found.
Oh, and an anomaly. I'm going to leave this area for now. The next archaeological expedition is on its way, and the first step has been finished. We get another relic out of it. Okay, and one more thing is coming up now that I'm a bit confused about. This robot here is working as a technician. I haven't read anything about that. It looks like robots can now work as technicians. That wasn't the case before. At least not to my knowledge. Which is pretty cool. It should then also be happening here somehow, if we have enough of them. This changes a lot. So robots are more useful than I thought. Previously I think they were only for mining and food, but now they can do the energy. And that probably means they can also do the industrial things. No idea about that. We're just going to, you know, go for more robots. And at some point, no, okay, they will definitely not, because that's specialists, right? But the techs have been moved down here to workers. I'm pretty sure of that. And also the galactic community. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization. And yes, this is a worthy endeavor. We definitely will say hello to that. Can only be interesting to find out what's going on in the galaxy. Perhaps only to find out there is more galaxies around our galaxy. Who knows about that? Let's continue. We still have lots to do. So the construction here of the mining stations in Icaran is finished. We have more energy coming out of that. We are at plus 83 energy, which is fantastic. I would like to move my construction ship now into the Nyamba system. Here we can build another mining and research station. We should be doing that. I might also take Bernard Star and Procyon at some point now, because, well, they have good resources. I would still like to expand though, since we have the influence. So down here I would like to go. But that's not happening right now. So yeah, let's just build something. Alpha Centauri has another research station. We should take that. These consume energy, but it's still worth doing because it speeds up the research. And since the energy is now working for the robots as well, I would like to have also a robot assembly plant here in Sooth, because in Sooth we have lots of generator districts, so this is going to be a real powerhouse for energy production overall, that I would like to use to my advantage. In Seoul, we have one more district generator that we can build, and I'm going to do that. And I will also would like to build now my first industrial district, and in Alpha Centauri, it was Alpha Centauri, right? Or Sirius Prime. In Alpha Centauri, we are out of housing and out of jobs available. So a district needs to be finished here now. I would like to go with that. Let's build the industrial district. Research has been completed. Coil gun. And we could continue now with more robo modding. But I would like to go with the increasing of my researchers now from researchers. Because we have... Oh. The Cal-Asan Republic declared war on the Blessed Foundation. Those two are at war with each other. That is totally fine for us. Right? So they can definitely waste their resources on one another and leave me alone for now. And this is pretty good. This is what I was hoping for as well, since we were improving our relationship with them. Since they went to war with another empire, we also got another boost of, well, basically of our relationship here, because they see us as a safe port, and they guarantee us the independence, and they will also help us and come to us, to our defense, if we are being under attack, for example, by those raiders. And I'm definitely going to do that. So let's agree on that. This should further boost, yes, our relationship with one another. We might be forming some pacts, like the research tag. We can learn and share, right? So this would actually be not so bad. The only problem, it does cost us a bit of influence. Influence is what we have quite a lot right now. A research pact, we would boost it, but not enough yet. So I'm going to wait on that for now. I think there's nothing else that we would want to do here. We could build up a spy network. And that's a new thing from Nemesis that we are going to try out there soon. And the birth of the galactic community has thus been established, and we have now the Senate that is working, right? And this is now more or less a coming together of all the forces in the world right now. And with the galactic community now, we don't need to, well, be in direct line of sight with those empires, but we can now see at least the headquarters of these empires that are in the galaxy, thanks to the galactic community, right? What is interesting about this whole thing is, first of all, we have another human empire in the world, so that's the Commonwealth of Man. I usually like to go with alliance with them, right? So we have then the total control of the humankind, and then at the end I'm going to swallow them, most likely. And over here, there's nothing. So we have lots of empires, but here there's still nothing, and this makes me a bit hopeful that we have a chance of gaining a few more sectors. I've already sent my science ship into this whole area, so we can see that this is a cluster, a smaller one. So I'm going right here, surveying that and finding out more about that area. Archaeological one, once again in the ruined world. Where is that anyway? In Sooth? Yep. After much fruitless sifting through the ruins, a number of clues directed our research towards remains of a kind of planetary data processing and storage center. If we can find a way to gain access to whatever records remain, they will be invaluable for unraveling this planet's mysterious past. Oh, 700 research. Thank you for that. Pretty cool sound around this planet. So what worries me right now is this ancient combat drone fleet, the mineral extraction operation that is moving, right? So that is a moving station, and it's being escorted by this fleet here. And the thing is, they're moving across the systems here. What happens if they attack me? Right now, they're still manageable. 1,700 is not that much. We are increasing the fleet size at the moment. I'm also upgrading my ships. So hopefully we should reach the first 1000, and with a bit of research we can upgrade those then to some more. But yeah, it's tricky. I hope nothing else is happening. And this is what I love already about this game, even if we might die pretty soon. There's so much going on in our empire, right? We got some drones patrolling around, we got some big alien entities there, and we get some raiders as well. Lots of stuff that we need to clean up over the time, if we get to that. That's it, of course. Now, another thing is Alpha Centauri that we have. It has now reached 10 pop. That is pretty good, because now we can finally upgrade our reassembled ship shelter. So remember, when we settled on this planet, the ship was dismantled and used as a shelter more or less, and now we can upgrade it to a real building, and we should be doing that. So let's upgrade the building in Alpha Centauri. This is going to increase amenities and housing at the same time that we can use very well. There's also a rivalry between two factions. I'm fine with that. Research has been completed, so our food problem should be gone without having to build or invest anything. And then we have new research. Now this is pretty good here, regenerative hull tissue, but it's too big for us, right? It would take endless amounts of time, 260 months before we can finish that. That's not going to happen for now. We could clear more, or we could get more defense army damage. Both of them are pretty good, right? I would like to go for the army damage for now. So that's only 58 months that we have. So invasions onto the planet are not that damageful. Now we have another archaeological site over here. I think we finished it, right?
Incoming transmission.
It's a tomb world, so we can now finish that one, and research option is gained the tomb world adaptation. That is really good, because in the future, once we unlock the terraforming, we can then use this tag to settle on tomb worlds, to terraform tomb worlds into something. Embassy we can establish, and I think my construction ships need to work a bit, and we can do that. So yeah, let's go for Barnard Star. I think there's nothing else. Here we could actually go for another research station. Now I can really go for research stations. We have over 100 energy balance right now. It's exactly how I want it to be, pretty high. So we can use the energy, for example, right now to purchase more alloys. And with that, well, purchase more ships right away. And that is something we should absolutely be doing. A few more corvettes coming out. We do need some defense of our own. And another colony has been established. So Packham Prime is now an established colony. Oh, it actually has a ring around it. Now that's pretty cool. It's a small Saturn, only that we can walk on it and live on it. 90% we have. Let's establish it as a colony right away. War declaration, not on us though. And it has, well, quite some generated districts. I would like to start with one of them right away. And perhaps also some mining districts. This can be a mining world. It has lots of that. Or another generator world with only 6 districts though. No idea about that. Should we also go with a robot assembly plant? I think yes. So we can speed the whole thing up here as well. Okay, over here there is an interesting development. One that is negative and positive. First of all, this is a dead end. Positive, there is no, well, danger coming from here. For once, there is no danger from any direction or from a new direction. Negative, of course, because it's the end of our empire. So, I mean, geographically speaking, this is the end, right? So we can go this way, and that's it. If we want to expand further, we would have to go now through these ships here. And we would also have to crush the Kel Azan Republic in the future. So 2 very, very difficult paths that we have in front of us for now. That also means though that we can now focus on consolidating our empire with the planets that we have. And hopefully we get at least one more planet that we can settle on. Somewhere perhaps there in Enif, perhaps? Might be. This science ship is now serving this one. We can then serve this one, and then continue down this road. And it's basically this science ship that can do all of that. And if we find something interesting, then that's that. We don't need a choke point here though, so we don't need to have another station established with firepower and stuff like that. That's good. Now let's continue with a bit of our managing of the planets. So in that case here, Earth is coming along. The amenities is pretty low though. What I could do here is, 400 though, to increase the amenities. Or we wait to unlock a new... okay. Yeah, this is not possible anymore because we do need the city districts for that. So what I can do here is either I remove then one of these buildings that we have, like the robot assembly plant. At some point I might not need it anymore. Or we remove one of the districts that we've already built, like the minerals ones. We only have 2 here, and the planet is only producing 17 minerals. Halving that is not going to do that much of a difference. And then we could open up another city district to open up another building. But that's fine, we still have enough housing and jobs. The same goes with Alpha Centauri. There's the administration coming along for now. That's the only thing we wait for. In Sirius Prime, we have enough housing, no more generators though, and it has reached level 8 or 8 pops, so that it's no longer a colony, a small one, but we would need to have another designation here, and it's probably going to be an industrial planet, right? Because that's what we basically have here. But nothing else I can do for now. I'd rather wait for this to finish. The same goes with Sooth Prime. Another generator district is entirely possible. And we will probably soon need to resettle some robots to this planet here. So that's what we can do. Then we have Packham Prime, where we already built something, right? So our plans are looking good for now. We have one in the frontier sector, and that means we could create a new sector for Packham Prime. And that would get its own governor then. Now, another thing is that for the Cal-Asan Republic, we have improved relationships so much now that I don't need, or I think at least I don't need 2 envoys here anymore. So we can get one of them, of those envoys, working to build up a spy network. I want to do this because I just want to see how it works. Not necessarily that I, think that it's helpful at the moment. I just want to see how it works, and there is nothing really else for diplomacy that we need because it's the only border that we have right now with a foreign empire. Up here we will definitely have another border then, probably with the Divine Foundation. How are they looking towards us? Very positive, even though they have a casus belli on us already, but they're not really warfare well focused, right? They're not very aggressive, so improving the relationship will be quite easy. Hopefully, who knows. Oh, that was quick. Spy network established. We have received our first clandestine report from Spy Master Rikuto about the Cal-Asan Republic. Whenever they make a move, we will find out about it. With that, we can now, as we can see, unlock more and more of their territory. So we can see more and more what's going on inside their empire. And I'm pretty sure that once they find out, we're going to take a hit on the reputation there, or relationship, but what gives. Now we have unlocked a new tradition. Basically what we have now is a couple of options. Either we, oh my goodness, I just wanted to have a look at my traditions and we're getting spammed. The Senate is in, and there's probably the mother now, right? Primordial soup. Is that on the planet? Nope, that's somewhere else. Fine. Okay, there's a sheltered pockets across Quilter surface with lots of these ones, and we do get some 3 research on this planet. Thank you for that. Incoming, Yastun Raiders. Oh my goodness. They are finally making contact with us. Human weaklings, our warriors are on their way to plunder your systems. Face them in battle if you can muster the courage, or cower in fear until they have had their fill of your riches. You can, of course, offer tribute. Oh, that's good. 250 energy, 250 food, or 250 minerals. Let's go for the food. We have lots of that, and we don't really need it. Let's offer it. A pity. I suppose our warriors will have to look elsewhere for entertainment then. Your people are safe, for the moment at least. Alright, so now we know how we stand with the raiders. They're not going to attack as long as we pay them tribute. So we should keep a good storage of everything, mostly of energy of course still, and then we could pay them off. And it's not that expensive at the moment, but I have a feeling, like in Anno for example, that it gets more expensive over time. Now the Senate is in session as well. What is going on here? The diplomatic weight from economy, minus 20 pub consumer goods upkeep, minus... Oh, this is pretty bad. I'm opposing this one. That's not something that I would like to do. That's this session right now, and then we have naval capacity plus 10 from fleet power, and ship upkeep is plus 5%. I support that because of the naval capacity. The ship upkeep is not really something that, well, would be annoying. And let's have a look at tradition. I could go for expansion and finish this one now to unlock our first Ascension perk. They're really powerful. Or we go into Supremacy right away and get the plus 20% army damage. And I would like to go with that. We are surrounded by these drones, and I would really like to fight them at some point now. And with that, we should be increasing our firepower there, at least for this fleet there, by a bit at least. Oh, what is happening? Solar Sailor. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Quilftar. The sublight vessel was built, and we get another engineering research out of it. Thank you very much for that. Now we have gained the strength for our army, basically, and now we could go for expansion then, right? And really finish it for the Ascension perk. And then I would like to finish those trees here, and then we go for something else. Now, since we are not expanding that quickly anymore and we do have quite a bit of influence, I'm also building now a Bernard's Star where we've started construction. What I can do is I can finally have one of these edicts for the influence. We would have the fortified border, starbase upgrade speed, starbase capacity, which is pretty high, and Empire Sprawl. Not very useful for now. Map the Star Store is, and normally the discovery speed is plus 10, or chance is plus 10%, and also survey speed 25%. Let's go with this one for now. The other one is the capacity subsidies, increasing our power output. And this is with percentage, so the more technicians we have. So I'd rather do the Map the Stars now, because, you know, once we go for the next edict in, I think, 2 years from now, we might be, we will have much more output. And thus, the edict will be even more powerful. So we can wait on that. Map the Stars is more important now, because we're still surveying a bit, and we're still trying to find anomalies. And that's where this comes into play. Now, up here, we have finished construction. This one is coming along. There we have another research station that we can build. And there we have more research stations that we can build. And we should do that. So my construction ships are still quite busy before we have to expand into anything else again. So far so good. Let's wait for a few constructions to finish, and then we'll see each other again. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned.